Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where this is actually attempt number 2. My first attempt was going completely fine. Attempt number 2 at this episode, to be precise. My first attempt was going fine until I realized that OBS wasn't picking up my microphone, which was super awkward. Not particularly helpful, I gotta say. So we do have a few things that we need to do. I'm going to immediately order a few of these. These are decisions that I already made. I'm going to attempt to make the same decisions as before. Now, one thing to note is that this fleet is heading down this way, and I actually want it to come up to Tronda. Now, there's a reason for that, and that reason is because we are invading Tronda. And yet, last time, we had a fleet pop up there. Now, this is a change that I'm making. I'm not making the change because of what happened. It was fine, it was just annoying. But I am making a slight change here. We had a fleet that popped up here and destroyed a fair amount of our armies. So we're going to see if it happens. We have no guarantee that it will happen at all this time. We'll bump that back up to fastest speed. Excellent. And like I said, the only reason that I'm re-recording this is because my mic wasn't being picked up. I got 5 minutes into the episode before I realized that. It was very awkward, to be sure. But we're just going to head right on in. Oh, there was one other thing that I did previously. As soon as this month tick is done, I'll need to queue that up. Specifically, it was that I took a science chip down to here to survey, and then over to here to survey. Excellent. The 5th requires orders. They're currently in this location. Interestingly, I don't remember them requiring orders last time. Maybe I just missed it. Who knows? We're just going to push up this direction for now. Grab that section, and then we'll come in over this way with a bit of a backtrack. That'll be fine. Now, one thing to note is that the United Trading Pact and the Star Concord are actually still at war. So that is definitely an annoying thing. I was, for some reason, under the... Now, this is actually different. Why is this different? Last time, this was 5,000 cheaper. You know what? It doesn't really matter. I bet it has something to do with our starbase capacity. Well, that's only starbase upkeep, theoretically.
An enemy planet has been secured.
Noted. Okay, so, as before, we can see that these guys are here. Now, we're going to jump drive this in as soon as we can. We need to move these away, and hopefully, I caught it a little earlier this time. So, hopefully we get out of there. Okay, it looks like we're good. So, we are going to jump drive up to Tronda, and we are going to land on Tronda 3. And then, these guys, they're on their way over, but we're going to jump drive them in as soon as we can in 7 days. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Over we go. As soon as this month tick is over anyway. There we go. So these guys are leaving in 2, 1... Okay. Success. We made it out that time. And we didn't even need the repositioned fleet. It didn't actually help. So that's perfect. Just played it slightly better. These guys are just chilling here for some reason. But now they're dead, so that's a thing. Excellent. The first combat fleet needs orders, and we'll actually leave this as is, I think. And we'll come up to Yidixa. Excellent. The second is, of course, defending. The 4th... Where do we want them to go? Down over this way? I suppose we could. Where's the nearest gateway? Oh, that's a disgusting trip. Okay. Well, we may as well get started. We don't have this wormhole explored. That said, we may want to take out this fleet. Let's just jump drive over there and deal with them. Excellent. The 8th need orders, and their orders are... They have jump drive available? They do. Their orders are to jump drive to here. Excellent. The 9th are going to finish off this station. And then they're just going to come over here and deal with these couple of areas. Excellent. And now we are officially further than I got on last attempt. So that's great. Does the construction ship have additional orders queued? Yes, it does. That is good.
A study has been completed.
We're going to go ahead and downgrade this starport as well as
The
this
station
one.
is under attack.
Wonderful. Army health has finished up. We will grab leader lifespan. The 3rd combat fleet can go ahead and head up this way for now. We don't have any way into the Packery, even though this is controlled by the trade union. That's awkward, to be sure. But I guess it's okay. The 4th requires orders. I believe this is the end of a planetary invasion, though. Yes, indeed, it is. So let that tick forward to update. And then, where do we want to send these guys next? Let's see, this is not actually a location that needs to be invaded. Neither are these. This is just out of jump drive range, so I think we're going to head over to Hizzle. And once we're there, we will go ahead and land on Rikichi's Roost. Excellent. So, of course, we are grabbing a fair amount of territory here. That said, we don't necessarily need all of this. We should come in just to here. And then from there, we might think about jump driving, but there's actually nothing to be done over here. So that's fine. I do want to check after this month tick. Come on, month tick. Big necrophage? Yeah, that's what that was. Okay. Big necrophage going on. That is to be expected on some of these month ticks. I do want to check the current status of this war. Specifically, I want to check the Defender War exhaustion. Now, this is an offensive war that the Estragon Kingdom has declared. So, that means that they are winning against the United Trading Pact. Good for them,
A study
but I
has
hope that they end it soon. The 7th requires orders, and their orders are pretty much to continue pushing into the trade union here. I actually want them to jump drive to Haneri. There we go. The 4th should enter orbit here. And then from there, they're going to need to jump drive somewhere quasi-useful, which is probably going to honestly be back to this gateway. So they'll jump drive back to the gateway. Did I not have the jump drive tool active? Oh, jump drive is still recharging. They're going to be at that for a while then. In that case, we'll go ahead and hit this reinforce fleet button. Implant malfunctions, oh my. As part of our observation efforts on Ocellus 3, abduction teams have surgically installed brain implants on a number of, that word, test subjects to track them and monitor their behavior. For some reason that looks vaguely Polish to me. I don't know why. Unfortunately, due to a manufacturing flaw, many of these implants have malfunctioned and are now having an adverse effect on the behavior of our subjects. There have been a number of suicides and at least 3 episodes of violent hysteria. The staff of our observation post have asked for help in rounding up the remaining subjects and removing their implants before there are any more incidents. We could do a special project. Sure. What does that need? Okay, we do need to do this one. We need a science ship in orbit? Sure. We'll send that guy over here, and then once he's done, I am potentially interested in starting work, if I go back into the situation log, I'm potentially interested in starting work on lowering the shield over here. So we'll get started on that. Excellent. In the meantime, these guys are ready to continue their offensive, and indeed they are. That's perfect. The 6th requires orders, and their orders are to push in over this way. Excellent. Who else requires orders? The 4th. Yeah, it's going to be a while before they get anywhere vaguely useful. Let's just have them come back to the gateway for now. The 3rd, well, we need them to continue pushing in. Their best route would be to come over this way, probably, and grab up this territory. Excellent. We do require additional technology, so we will grab strikecraft damage. We should probably go ahead and get rid of a starport, and this would be a great option for one. We'll have to wait until that's done, though. The first combat fleet is over here. Actually, the Grunthirst is a good option, too. We'll get rid of that one. The first combat fleet requires orders, and its orders should be to come down over this way. Grab this territory away. I'm noticing that there's these guys here for some reason. I'm not entirely sure how they got there. Maybe they jump drived in, but that's an awkward place for them to be sure. Excellent. The 9th require orders, and their orders... Do they have jump drive available? Not yet. Not for a while, in fact. I would say that their orders are to go to the Kerbal system. They can't get there. We'll hit the reinforce fleet button and start heading down over this way. The 7th Combat Fleet, their orders, of course, are to continue pushing up into the Star Concord. Something along the lines of that. Excellent. The 8th are going to push down to Enust, and they don't have jump drive for a little while, so they're probably going to have to chill after that. Okay. There's an L-gate here, but we still can't get to this because there's no link. We'll have to jump drive in here. But that's fine. I'm not too concerned about that. I'm hoping that we'll have this war wrapped up. Probably not this episode, but maybe... Oh.
An enemy planet has
Okay,
been
that's
secured.
an enemy planet. I was hoping that was a peace deal, but no. No such luck there. Unfortunate. We'll go ahead and attack over here, and we will land on Lurchy's Nest. Fantastic. Rising unemployment, that's fine. We don't care. We're capped on consumer goods right now. We don't care. Excellent. So far, so good. We can probably start utilizing this transport fleet to do some invasions, and we're going to come on down to here. And we are going to start utilizing them in that way. From there, we will just jump drive to Wymos, which we'll have to wait until we actually arrive until. Just because of the way the mechanic is coded. And energy weapon attack speed, we will go ahead and grab energy weapon attack damage, and we will jump drive to Wymos. Once there, we will land on the core. Excellent. The 10th require orders. Their orders are to... Yikes. Jump drive in here. Do we need them to jump drive here? Is this unclaimed? It's unclaimed down here. Awkward. I feel like this is actually a transport fleet. I feel like we actually need to jump drive to Markab. Especially with that fleet there. Okay, the 8th require orders. They are in an awkward situation that they kind of can't get out of for another 91 days. So we're just going to leave them for a little while, and we'll revisit the 8th soon enough, hopefully. Got a nice necrophage going on. We do need to get rid of a few stations. And we'll get rid of a couple of these starports. Specifically, these 4. Actually, we'll get rid of this one too. Excellent. That'll buy us a little bit of time. Leader lifespan, we'll go for army health, and then we will go for, say, explosive weapon attack speed. Perfect. We don't have this wormhole explored, which is unfortunate. We should definitely consider sending a science ship to explore these two wormholes, so we're going to do that. We're going to grab this science ship, and we're going to tell it to come over here and explore the natural wormhole, and then also come down over here and explore the natural wormhole. Having use of those wormholes could very well be very beneficial for us. Okay, these guys have arrived here, and luckily... Guys? Can we jump here, please?
A worldly invasion.
I thought they had jumped. Oh, no, this is a different fleet. Hang on, what is... This is a completely different fleet. I'm a moron. Okay. These guys don't need to jump here. Where should we jump them to, then? There's not a lot of places in range. Maybe we should simply move down this way and then jump drive to over here? It's not efficient, that's for sure. The 8th is not ready to jump yet, which, of course, is expected. The 10th requires orders, and their orders, of course, were to be here.
Enemy planet.
Drug trade expanding. Okay, we don't care. These guys can definitely jump drive over to this location, and then they can land on Firt. Perfect. The 10th do require orders, and their orders are to jump drive over to, like, Arrakis, although they don't have jump drive available just yet. They just jumped in over here. We can't enter the Bothrozoid Kingdom without being at war with them, so that's a thing. These guys, their jump drive will be up in 40-some days. These guys will be up in 17 days. Noted. Okay. The 10th is located over here. We could hit this reinforce fleet button while they're waiting for reinforcements, or rather, waiting for their jump drive. That isn't the worst concept. The 9th should be very close at this point to being able to jump drive, and indeed they are. Have their reinforcements caught up to them? Not all of them. Noted. That is definitely a little bit awkward. We could jump drive to here and grab this territory. That does mean our reinforcements will likely get disconnected. However, we'll know that they belong to the 9th, or we can sort them into another fleet. It's not a big deal. The 6th requires orders, and they are down in this region. Okay, we're just going to push up over like that. The 8th is still 10 days away from their jump drive, but we will grab that very, very soon. Excellent. 5 more days. And the jump drive is available as soon as this tick is over, this day tick. I'm guessing that's a planet lander. Yep, that is indeed exactly what that is. Okay, so we will jump drive straight to here and grab that. And then we will come over and just take all of this territory. The 9th is, of course, going to be pushing up like so. The 10th is awaiting reinforcements, and they will hopefully get there in time, but they're pretty far away, so there is that. Defense platform hull points. Sure. Okay, we definitely need to give some orders to our landers, so we will tell them to jump drive over to here and go ahead and land on Karkana. And then these guys will land on Boundary. Perfect. Okay. So the 10th are, of course, awaiting their reinforcements. That was an exciting sound. Wormhole explored. Okay, so we now know where this wormhole goes. It connects to here. Interesting. Well, we'll be able to utilize that. The 7th requires orders. Their orders are to attack over this way.
A worldly invasion has begun.
Perfect. The 10th jump drive are going to be available in 90 days, so it's going to be a little bit before they're ready to go. We can definitely downgrade these starports over here so that we're down under our starbase cap. Excellent. And we are making fantastic progress on this conquest. Like, absolutely wonderful progress. We're going to push in over this way, see if we can catch this fleet. That would be ideal. The third combat fleet after this month tick requires orders, and their orders are simply to push northward. We'll institute those benefits. How long on the 10th jump drive? 81 days still. Fair enough. Excellent. Energy weapon damage. We'll go ahead and grab energy weapon attack speed next, followed by edict duration. Sure, why not? Okay, how's the first doing? They're doing wonderfully. Okay, so we've attacked over here. We'll go ahead and jump drive up to Fiesta next, and we will land right there. Excellent. How is the AI's war going? 92% defender war exhaustion? Okay. Noted. Ah, it would appear that we missed these guys. An alert communications officer has identified what appears to be a faint signal, almost lost in the gamma ray flashes from the black hole here. Faint, but unmistakably artificial. This raises intriguing possibilities for our scientists. Okay, so that should be, what, a special project? That requires a science ship? Okay, we will order this science ship to do that. Actually, this one's literally right here. I'm going to research this at the beginning of this queue. Okay. Fantastic. So how is the 10th doing on their jump drive cooldown? I don't know, we've got a month tick going on here. 55 days, sure. We'll need to downgrade this starport, and so we will. The 7th require orders. Their orders are actually to push into Reganis and then head southward over this way. We could jump drive to here, but we'll be stuck there for a while. We do have multiple fleets in this region already, though. So that might not be the worst thing. The 4th have arrived back over here. And I wouldn't mind telling them to come in over this way. Like that. Wonderful. We can make use of this gateway, and that'll be great. So, of course, this war is going very, very well. We expected this. This is a planetary invasion succeeding. Excellent. And we are, of course, going to jump drive over to Jektag and land at Jago. Wonderful. The 9th require orders. And they're, like, stuck here, right? Yeah, 111 days. There's nothing they can really do here. So the 9th are going to have to chill.
A special project.
The Horizon Signal. Gravity is desire. Science Officer Daunton reports that the signal was unexpectedly easy to decipher, but that their team has spent a considerable time confirming that it's not a hoax. It's a repeating, half-coherent message in the Grim language. Something like a poem. It repeats the phrases gravity is desire and time is sight. It encodes coordinates near the black hole, and it ends with a dedication by name to the science officer, who adds dispassionately that they have confirmed that the signal has been radiating into interstellar space since before their birth. In fact, the signal may predate our civilization. Fascinating. Send the vessel to those coordinates. Begins the Worm in Waiting signals event chain. I'm sure it'll be fine. As the GCS Broken Core approaches the coordinates specified by the signal, it begins to report spatial distortions and curious lensing effects, a rich stream of valuable data. Then the transmission becomes distorted. What happens next is analyzed exhaustively. The excitement in Science Officer Daughton's voice tautens as fear to the... Wow, words are very hard right now, apparently. Tautens to fear as the ship's hull struggles under increasingly exotic conditions. The ship triggers a distress call. Daughton cries out, "The worm!" Or perhaps, "The worm." Then all transmissions end. No trace of the GCS broken core is ever found. No further transmissions, no debris, and the space at those coordinates is innocuous and utterly free of distortions. But the data they sent back has advanced our physics research dramatically. Perhaps it was worth their lives. Darkness. Light. Darkness. I imagine there's more to this. However, that's 3,000 physics research, which, you know, that's barely anything. Well, rip in Pepperoni's GCS broken core. That does, of course, mean that we're going to need to survey these systems via other means. Or, I guess this system got surveyed, but we're going to need to come over here and survey this system. Okay. So the 10th, how close are you to your jump drive? You are 32 days away. That's fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will continue our mopping up action. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.